To be successful in Apex Legends, you're forced to rely heavily on your mechanics and ability to aim. I'm sure a lot of you are looking to improve your aim to dominate in your game, so today I've got 7 tips to aim like Dizzy in Apex Legends. My name is LJ, and welcome to Battle Royale Guides. At number 7, start your gaming sessions with aim training exercises. This should be a no-brainer, but I'm gonna walk you through a couple exercises I used to do just to warm up while waiting for friends to get online. But be aware that training your aim is going to take a hefty time investment and won't just improve overnight. To start off, you want to be practicing your tracking and to get used to your sensitivity. Just aim at a target and start strafing back and forth and try to move your reticle the opposite way and hold it on the target while shooting. Once you get that down, try some flick training. I like to use a semi-auto weapon like the Wingman and just start looking away from the target and then flicking back to it. You can keep doing this and then increase the size of the flicks as you get better. I know these are really simple, but there isn't much else you can do in the training mode for Apex anyway, so I wouldn't spend too much time on those. After that, the best way to practice is just to play. You can't really improve without putting real hours into the game, so it'd be best to keep the aim exercises short and sweet and just hop into the game and put in the hours to get better. At number 6, game sense and overall awareness. For some, this may seem like common knowledge, but others still haven't quite grasped this concept, and it is really one of the most important things about aiming. A lot of times you'll see streamers knock an enemy down and then instantly flick behind them and be shooting someone else, and some people just don't understand how they would do that without either luck or third-party software. And honestly, it's a lot more simple than you'd think. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're in the top 3 and you see a squad in front of you and you heard the last squad fighting on the other side of a wall or a cliff or something, and you know the zone is closing and they have to come to you through a choke point on the map. So you engage the first team you saw and wipe them, and with the knowledge of the other team being forced through a choke, you just flick to it, and more than likely you'll already be aiming in their general direction and would just have to adjust your aim a bit. This concept of improving game sense and overall awareness to improve aim is one of the most important tips I can give you. So in game, actively try to be aware of everything going on around you and always try to avoid getting tunnel vision. At number 5, turn off enhanced pointer precision. So to turn this off, you're just going to want to search mouse in Windows 10 and click mouse options. From there, you click additional options. Go to the pointers options tab and make sure the enhanced pointer precision box is unchecked. I only wanted to add this in because I see a lot of people thinking that they had it off already, but then Windows 10 auto updates and sometimes it just turns back on by default. So yeah, thanks a lot, Windows. Additionally, inside Apex Legends, all you have to do is go to your mouse and keyboard settings and then turn mouse acceleration off. All these settings really do is prevent you from properly developing muscle memory, and it stunts your aim from improving. At number 4, upgrade your monitor. This isn't absolutely needed, but it helps a ton. Having a monitor with a high refresh rate ensures a smoother experience, and you will be able to react way quicker to what's happening in the game. The biggest advantage to having a 144Hz monitor, in my opinion, is how much it reduces motion blur. It's so much easier to see enemies as you turn, whereas 60Hz is just blurry and it does not make it easy to see as you turn. Seriously guys, ever since I've switched to a 240Hz monitor, anything less just feels choppy. Now, as I said, this isn't exactly needed to improve your aim, and you could get by without one, but it's one of those things that would just make it a whole lot easier on yourself. A YouTuber named Bitwit did a really good video on the advantages of high refresh rate monitors, so I'll be sure to link the video below for a more in-depth look at why this will help you. At number 3, sensitivity. Sensitivity is completely personal preference, and just because a pro or a streamer has a certain sensitivity doesn't mean it'll work for you. However, using their sensitivity as a starting point is definitely a good idea. I like a very low sensitivity, so I use 400 DPI and 2 in game. A useful way to find your perfect sensitivity is to start on the high end and try a few games and then lower it until it feels right for you. Once you've found the right sensitivity, try to stick with it for a while. Constantly changing it won't give your muscle memory proper time to develop, and you'll really be stunting your improvement. Also, if you're completely stuck and just can't figure out what sensitivity to use, I found a calculator for converting your CSGO, Overwatch, and Call of Duty sensitivity over to Apex Legends, so I'll put the link in the description below. At number 2, finding the right mouse and mousepad. Something that is just as important as your aim itself is finding the right mouse and mouse pad. Now, this is mostly personal preference, but you want to make sure that you have a mouse that fits your hand and grip well, but also has an option to change the DPI. Now, you definitely don't want to go the cheap route and get some no-name mouse off Amazon that's just plug and play. I'm not going to tell you what mouse to get because that's something you should choose yourself based on your grip and hand size, but once you find one that you like, try to stick with it and get used to it. As for the mouse pad, I'd recommend a larger one that's similar to the Logitech G640. And finally, number 1, take breaks. I know I said earlier that putting in a ton of hours gaming is essential to improving your aim, but something I think is just as important is taking breaks. Whether you're tilting or burning out or just getting tired, you need to take some time away from the game, stretch, get some water or something. Just make sure to balance out your gameplay with some good breaks. You can literally go from playing the worst you ever have to playing the best just from a quick break, so I encourage anyone trying to improve to try to get on a schedule while gaming and stick to it. I like to try to take a 15-minute break every couple of hours, and that has really helped me a lot. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed and are well on your way to improving your aim. I'm sorry to the console guys out there for not including anything console related. I don't really play console, so I couldn't confidently add any tips for you other than maybe switch to PC. My name is LJ, and this has been Battle Royale Guides.